Hey, welcome everyone to the Gamer Guide channel. Today I'm playing a game that I picked up not too long ago that I've been enjoying. It's called Hades. It's been around for a while, so I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Hades or played it yourself. But I've been having fun with this. It's a lot different. It's a little bit more challenging. I came up with this kind of OP build with the bow. I had beat the game already with the shield, and now I'm going back through and trying a different weapon type. And I came up with this lightning bow thing. So this is the key right here, the static discharge level 3. Every time enemy takes an attack after being hit with lightning, he gets hit by 203 damage. So the basics of the setup is just that primary CAC has chain lightning, so it hits everybody around, and then secondary is lightning too, and so is I think even my cast. But everything that's hit with lightning has a secondary penalty of if they attack, they get hit with 203 damage. Well, the bosses are going to attack, right? They're like never-ending attacking, so I know every time I hit them, even with a weak amount of lightning, like the special or just a regular shot, he's going to end up taking damage because he takes 200 some damage every time he attacks. So that's the idea. I figured I'd probably beat this with this particular build out because it's so OP, and I was like breezing through the levels with no problem, especially since chain lightning hits everything. You hit it a couple bow strikes, and then everything that's on the screen basically kills themselves by attacking and getting hit with that jolted effect. So it's a little bit of an OP build. I mean, I'm not the world's best Hades player, obviously. I'm not doing speed runs and stuff, and there are some pretty impressive gameplay out there, people who can beat Hades on the first run without any power-ups or anything. I am definitely not that good. But it is fun, and it is a nice change of pace from an easier game like No Man's Sky or Kenshi or something that doesn't have a lot of challenge in the traditional way of an action game like this, or a rogue style game. Anyway, I also have deflect when I'm dashing, so anybody's shot, if I don't want to get hit with it, I basically just have to dash, and it will deflect back to them and cause them damage. So it's a pretty OP build. It's got good defense on it. You don't really have great defense with the bow, so you got to move, and when you move, if you got the shield, you're going to be in good shape. The cast crystals basically also have lightning, so if I let them sit around, they're actually going to do damage to the enemy. But I have the perks where if the enemy has been hit by the cast crystals, it's going to do additional damage. I'm trying to actually get him to sit, but it looks like he's got shield up every time I'm trying, so it's try and retry. Alright, he got me there with his sunbeam light or whatever, so I have to do a little bit better about hiding behind these pillars or whatever these are, giant barrel looking things. But yeah, let's see if we can take him out. Still got one extra life, and he's got some extra life too, so I'm just going to try to get far enough away from him and not get hit with those melee attacks, and then peg him with the bow when his shield's down. And then hopefully he'll attack enough to kill himself. Yeah, it's a 265, 204. He's definitely getting hit by the secondary jolt effect. Trying to get rid of those, but it looks like I killed myself with those. I'm not really sure how to handle those. I guess you just hit them and run? Is that kind of the idea? With these jars, it's a little easier. You can just hit them and then they pop the area effect and you just get away from them. So we'll just hit a couple direct shots here, and looks like I got him. So yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I went through a couple of extra lives there, but I had been saving them up through the level, so that's why I was pretty confident I was going to take him down this time. Anyway, this is the second time I've beaten Hades. The first time was with the shield, and this is definitely a little faster because with the chain lightning and jolted secondary effect, it's like you just kill everything on the levels, no problem. And bosses are pretty easy too. I think you can actually take bosses down with some of the Doom combos instead of some of the lightning, but this worked really well. So if you're looking for an OP build and you want to go through and make Hades a little easier, I'd recommend this set out. So yeah, so this is nice. The special does 60 damage directly, and then the secondary does that 203 static discharge. And then the primary also, you get this, pretty much everything gets the jolted secondary effect. See, the main attack I have is real weak. Its lightning damage is only 17, and on top of the regular damage your bow does. But yeah, this jolted really did it. So 34, 11, 41 on this run, which is pretty fast. I mean, it's not a speed run, but for me, it's pretty good. And picked up some extra Titan blood, which I'll use to upgrade my bow or something else. Actually, I might try the sword this next time. I've been kind of wanting to play the sword, and then probably I'll do the spear after that. Anyway, guys, let me know if you have enjoyed playing Hades or if you checked it out. It was on Steam sale not too long ago. I was like, let's pick it up and see if I like it. You know, I've been thinking about playing Elden Ring and some other of the more difficult style Dark Souls games, I guess. This is a different kind of challenge, as I'm been playing a lot more, you know, casual games. Like I would consider No Man's Sky pretty casual and easy. And same with like Kenshi and stuff. It's not like difficult. You're not mashing buttons. It's more about like your attributes and stuff like that. Hey, I got a bass. That's a first. I haven't seen that yet. You can do some fishing after you beat the game the first time. You get a fishing pole, and one time even Poseidon gave me like a bonus where like every level you would get a place to go fishing, but it's kind of fun. You take the fish to the cook in the main hall and basically turn them in for you know, jewels and dark crystals and cash or whatever it is. So far, that's all I've seen. There might be other things you get to for special fish. We'll have to see what I get for the bass. So this is the ending scene. You don't stick around if you don't want to have it spoiled if you're planning to play Hades yourself. But one thing I found is that it's like a continuation. Every time you beat the game, you're going to get some different storyline. As it, you only are able to be alive for a little while in the outside of Hades. So anyway, I guess it makes it more interesting if you beat the game multiple times in a row, which is kind of the whole point of this game. You're going to get a little bit more dialogue and like more story progression, which makes it kind of more interesting. There's another thing too. The game gets a little harder if you try to beat it with the same weapon multiple times. You got to like choose penalties, and I'm not really good enough, I think, to take a bunch of penalties. So I've just been trying to beat it with different weapon types and have that be kind of the challenge. And there's even a way to make the game more hard. I'm just playing normal mode, but you could play on like hell mode, which I think is probably like get hit once and you're gonna lose a life or something like that. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I definitely recommend checking out Hades on Steam if you haven't already. If you want something that's a little bit more challenging. It's got big props from me on that front. Animation's great. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Diablo 3, but from like an independent creator. And every level on this too is procedurally generated, so it's not the same thing over and over. The layout's a little bit different, and the traps are different and stuff like that. Enemies are largely the same, but as you progress through the game, I've noticed that they introduce new enemies, and like the bosses will have new abilities, or you might get more than one boss or something like that. Which I think happens later. I actually saw some gameplay on YouTube of other people playing where they got like multiple of the sisters at the beginning, the first in TARDIS. So haven't hit that yet, but I have seen some other new bosses after my first win of the game. So anyway, having a lot of fun with this title. If you guys have played Hades, let me know. Also would appreciate it if you would thumbs up and like the video, and leave a comment. Let me know if you wouldn't like to see some playthroughs of Hades, or if you have any suggestions on cool build out ideas. One thing I didn't realize until just recently is that you can give the different gods that give you the boons, you can give them like the pots to build rep with them. I never like waited long enough to press, I always press the button right away to get the boon. But now I'm actually starting to like give the pots of whatever it is, honey or whatever, to the gods and build rapport with them. So we'll see if that maybe increases the amount of times I get like epic boons or legendary or heroic boons. So that would be interesting. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Come back and see me soon here on the Gamer Guide channel for some more Hades and other games. See you guys next time.